Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wassalamu ala rasulullah, amma ba'd, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my dear brothers in Islam. So you think the number one decision you have to make in your life is actually getting married. Thanks for playing, thanks for coming out. Actually, it's number two. What's number one? Guessed it? You're right. It's having children. So you remember the day that your wife came up to you and says, honey, I have some great news. Doctor says I'm pregnant. So you prostrate to Allah to thank Him. Thank Him for this gift, of course, because it is a gift, and it's the best gift and the best investment in this life. According to the Quran and Sunnah, we will take you down the road. Down the road because you're planning in your mind already, I'm going to walk down the aisle. I want to be there when they graduate. I'm going to pick their spouse because they're going to be a doctor, engineer, of course. What else is there? So we'll give you all the tools according to Quran and Sunnah, dunya and deen. We won't just leave you hanging. We'll give you according to the experts and 20 years of counseling. What decisions you have to make. Do I put him in public school or do I put him in the Islamic school? Do I even actually forget about both of them and talk about homeschooling? And we'll talk about, of course, the terrible tools, the gender relations, the social media, how to actually handle addiction, how to speak to them, because they speak in language that you don't understand. Bling bling? What's that? They don't even speak in language anymore. Not sentences, they actually speak in letters. So you have to know all this stuff. So let's go back in time, the best creation there was. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. With the best daughter there was, Fatima Zahra radiallahu anha on AlKauthar ajma'in. Ameen. What was the relationship like? According to the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa jalla fi'ala told us He is your uswa, He is your role model. So let's take him now as a father. How did he deal with his daughter? And then you can compare, inshallah, and hopefully we can walk in the footsteps so we can meet them in Jannah. Ameen. When Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam saw Fatima come into the house, what did he do? He actually got up, he went to her, hugged her, embraced her, kissed her on her forehead, and he offered her his own place to sit in. So my dear brothers and sisters in Islam, if you know that that's how Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam dealt with Fatima radiallahu anha, how is your relationship with your children? Do your children actually run to you or run away from you? You should be asking that question, and you should be honest with yourself. So we need to take a course to understand and decipher these hieroglyphics. We need to talk with them. We will have a lot of case studies, a lot of workshop discussing these issues that are very important indeed. You look at your wife and you look at your husband and you go, okay, you're it. No, you're it. Who's going to talk about the birds and the bees when they reach puberty? What happens then? I have to make a decision. How do you actually memorize the Quran? We'll give you the tools for everything else you need to know and more. But all you have to do is come to this course. Why? Because parenting matters. See you then, inshallah.